Hi.
Are we doing it? Is it live? Are we doing it live?
It's time.
It's Sunday of the Great Bead Extravaganza, and you know what that means. Welcome in, everybody. It's been a long time since I've been around. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm Alex,
I'm Abby.
and we're
part of the Bead Place.
The Bead Place.
We are a brick and mortar bead store.
I'm wearing my I'd rather be beading shirt.
We are a brick and mortar bead store in the St. Louis area, and we are also an online retailer and wholesaler. So speaking of online retail and wholesale, we've got a sale this weekend.
Wow, I would have never expected that.
Yeah. So let us know in chat if you guys can hear us okay, if you guys can see us okay, because as you may know from watching us during other streams, we set stuff up differently.
We're always changing.
Every single time. So let us know if you can hear us okay. Let us know if you can see us okay. Let us know if you're doing good.
Yeah.
About that sale. Use code TGBE20 at beadplace.net now through Wednesday to receive 20% off. You can take this.
Is that one? Oh, that's a good one, right? That's accurate.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's almost like I planned that. I totally did.
I did. All right. You want to check the comments and make sure everybody can see and hear us okay before we get started?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. There's a ton of comments. So I'm going to try my best to keep up with questions and field comments and everything as Abby's working her magic. But if I don't get to you, please don't take it personally. And if it's something that's important and I didn't get to it, make sure to just, comment it again. But thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. And
it's hot.
Shout out to all the other amazing presenters and companies that are part of Great Bead Extravaganza. Before we get started, though, make sure to like
this video if you are watching on YouTube. Heart this video if you are watching on Facebook, and share it with all of your beady friends. We would appreciate it very much.
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you.
I'm so glad you remember that.
You can buy. Can they still buy these shirts at beadplace.net?
Hey, Becca. Can you go in and make pre-orders live for those shirts again?
That's pretty cool.
Are you able to do that? Let us know, yes or no, in chat. We would love
magic.
to know. Watch for a comment from Becca, because maybe we can do pre-orders for these again.
Look at this magic right here. But yes, our first run of these have already been sent out. But hopefully, if Becca's around, she can send that link, and you can.
Becca, just go ahead and clock
round two. Round two.
Looks like everybody. Thank you, Becca. I appreciate it. If not, let me know, and I'll see if I can do it from the computer.
Sally says summer in St. Louis is always hot. That's true.
Rain is stupid this year. Yes, it makes it really unpredictable. So,
that's true.
Speaking of summer in St. Louis, it's hot, and I want to go on a road trip. Do you guys want to go on a road trip with me?
All right, let's go.
Let's go. So, where would you guys like to go? Would you guys like to go to you want to see the sunset in the Southwest? Or do you want to go to a beach party? Let me know in chat.
Obviously a beach party.
Alex votes for a beach party. So do you guys want to do you guys want to see what I'm talking about? Let's talk about our kit. So Alex, would you highlight our hand cam? So just hit that button right there. Thank you.
Look at that. I did it.
So our number one selling kit so far is our cottage in the forest. And because we are conserving all of the supplies that we have in order to send out as many kits to you guys as possible, this is not on the option for us to create today. I hope you'll understand. But if you want to create one of these, you can click the link that Alex is about to drop in chat. That's the deluxe kit. So this is our summer road trip necklace kit, and this is the deluxe kit, and that's what Alex is dropping in chat. This green one is our forest cottage colorway. Now, looks like most people are wanting to go to a beach party today, and that sounds great to me. But before we do, let's take a quick trip to the Southwest. So I want to show you guys this kit. This one is kind of special to those of you that have ordered kits already, you might notice that this kit is a little bit more expensive than the other two, and that is because it has gorgeous, genuine turquoise beads.
It's pronounced genuine.
Turquoise. It has a ton of gorgeous turquoise beads actually mixed into
Hi,
the
Jessica.
seed bead mix. So because of that, it is a little bit more expensive, but we couldn't not include it. So this has been another very popular colorway as well. And then let's take a look at, oh, and I forgot to mention, this has silver findings. So silver wire, silver jump rings, and a silver toggle. The Forest Cottage has copper findings, copper toggle. And that brings us to our beach party, which is probably what we're going to be creating today. So we have a fun variety of beads for this one as well. So you can see that this has some hot pink beads, some gorgeous kind of gilt line opalescent beads. We have gold.
Thank you, Becca. So Becca just posted the link to the t-shirt.
Yeah.
So if you do like it, check it out.
It looks like Becca is commenting just on one of our Facebook streams. So Alex, if you could actually go in and comment that stream so that it, or comment that link so it goes everywhere. So unhighlight Becca's comment and then go to our website and you can just go ahead and search for it and link it. Thank you.
We have the technology.
Yes. So this one's gold. It has trade style striped seed beads and some fun bright colors. Now, before we actually get started on putting together our summer road trip beach party kit.
All right, here's the link, folks.
Thank you, Alex.
On everywhere else for the t-shirt that I'm wearing, it says, I'd rather be beading. It's some pretty cool font.
Yeah, Tina says, let that Barbie out. That's what I was feeling. We had just watched the Barbie movie again, and I was like, we need to have some Barbie colorways. So before we break into designing and creating, I did just want to mention that this bead, the beaded bead that we're creating to do this project, fits perfectly on the silver silk capture chain. So if the casual look of the recycled polyester t-shirt yarn isn't really your vibe, if you want something a little more dressy, you can grab one of our Try It kits, which Alex is about to link, and then save the t-shirt yarn for something else and grab some capture chain from Nile over at Silver Silk and More.
Here is the Try It kit.
So speaking of that Try It kit, if you are wanting to just have a little appetizer of this project, have a little day trip instead of the whole road trip. I'm sorry. I got a muffin in my bag if you want to take a break.
This is not wrapped.
That's a total mom thing to say. I got a muffin in my bag.
Not wrapped. Or in a bag or anything.
Okay. Let me.
Ponderosa and just started shoving food in her purse.
Dinner rolls in a napkin and put them in my coat pocket.
I just put the spaghetti straight in the bag,
Alex, we are too early to do this. What is your spaghetti policy here?
What is yours?
Okay.
Can I offer you an egg in these trying times?
Okay, so the day trip, the Try It version of the kit comes with enough materials to make one bead, and then it comes with 2 yards.
The shirts run true to size. Yes.
Yes, they do.
I will say that because I'm a true large, and I'm in charge, and so is this shirt right now.
Okay. Anyway, so it comes with 2 yards of the polyester recycled water bottle t-shirt yarn instead of 3 yards because you don't have to do as many knots if there's just one bead. So you can make a beautiful necklace, or Becca had the great idea to wear it as a wrap bracelet like that. Isn't that cute? So this one does not come with a clasp just because we thought, tying it is cute. You can use a clasp if you want. I'll show you how. All right, let me move my tray.
Links also in the description of the video?
They are also in the description of the video.
It's really hard to pin comments across multiple platforms because we're using a streaming service for the way that we stream. So if you want to purchase any of the kits or anything, the comments are in the description of the video. So if you just click that description,
The
drop
links.
down menu, the links will be right there. Although that's not true probably for the shirt, but
yeah, the shirt's not in there. But you can just go to beadplace.net. Okay, guys, so let's talk about the tools that we need for this project. The easiest way to create this project is with a one-step looper. Alex is going to link that for you in just a second, but let's talk about that tool for just a second. We have this awesome invention that allows us to create a loop
just one move.
in
What
one
if you
step.
need multiple?
So we are going to be using this for our demonstration. However, I am going to show you how to do it if you don't have a one-step looper. But if you want a one-step looper, just type looper and it'll pull up. If you want a one-step looper, Alex is going to link that in chat for you, because if you don't already have one,
you're gonna want one.
You're gonna want one, especially after today. I know we showed this in one of our previous bead extravaganza videos, but I just am really in love with the loopers. All
Feeling
right.
a little loopy today.
So if you don't have a one-step looper, what you're gonna need is a round nose pliers like this. If you don't have one, we've got that linked in our description. Oh, that's a great question, Pamela. Our one-step looper that we use for this project is the 1.5 millimeter. So it's like the standard original. So you're also going to need a chain nose pliers or 2 chain nose pliers. Or
it says it is so much faster and more convenient.
Yeah, or you're going to need a chain nose pliers and a square nose or flat nose pliers. I prefer to work with 2 chain nose pliers. So even if you do have a one-step looper and you choose that for our project today, you are going to also need...
What's the millimeter size of the loop? Asked Pamela.
Oh, I answered that a moment ago.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So you're going to need to have your chain nose pliers also, and you're also going to need a flush cutter. All right. You guys ready to get started?
Kari says, one-step looper is a must. It saved me from quitting beading.
Yeah, I hear ya. All right, let me turn this light back on. I like to turn it off whenever I have a tool package.
It's time to get loopy.
Because it creates a glare. All right, let's talk about the kit. So we're going to be working from the deluxe kit today. The deluxe kit comes with 9 feet.
Anything to know about the t-shirt sizes? They run very true to size. So if you're me and you're large and in charge, then order a large. And they're cotton.
So we're going to use 9 feet of our 22 gauge round wire. It's important to use half hard temperament wire for this. We also have 9 feet or 3 yards of the recycled water bottle polyester t-shirt ribbon. And then we have about 20 grams of our seed bead mix. Now in your seed bead mix, all of the beads are mixed together, but we want to kind of pay special attention to the sizes that are in here, because we're going to make sure that we have exactly the same size spokes on our bead. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but just keep that in mind. Okay, so next in the kit, we have a ton of jump rings. We're going to use these to finish our bead, to kind of create that structure. And then we also have an artisan pewter toggle. So even if you are wanting to tie the necklace, like I've shown on some of the samples, got a cat hair on the mat, how embarrassing. We still include a toggle for you, just because, you know, they're beautiful. Nobody look. Just because they're beautiful and you might want to use it. And if not, you can save it for another project. All right. Heather says, do I have to do math? No, no math. No math required. Just some basic measuring. So we are going to dump out our beads onto the mat here. And we are going to start cutting our wire. All right. So the trick with this,
What's the trick?
the trick, you guys want to know the trick? The trick is to unwrap your wire first
First things first.
and cut any little mangled ends off from us coiling it together. We do include extra wire for you. So the trick is what we're going to do is measure.
What's the max length of the finished necklace?
It depends on how tight you tie your knots, but we measured it at 32. So we're going to make 6 2-inch cuts of wire. And this is my handy dandy bead oracle. I just think this is easier to wrangle than a bead measure or a tape measure. And Alex, if you could link the bead oracle in chat,
maybe.
I'm sure they would appreciate that.
I might be able to find that.
So we're going to cut 6 2-inch lengths. Now, this is true for whether you have your one-step looper or whether you're doing open loops the old-fashioned way.
All right, here comes the bead looper. Oracle, I'm sorry.
The bead oracle. Thank you. All right, is that 6? No, that's 5. I don't know how to count this morning. Coffee hasn't quite kicked in yet. Okay. So, what's everybody drinking this morning? Coffee, tea, soda. So, what we're going to do is first I'm going to demonstrate how to do a loop on one of these if you don't have a loop, one-step looper. And then we're going to get into if we had a one-step looper. So what we're going to do is we're going to eyeball about 1.5 millimeters on this guy. And that is the diameter of the loop. And so you could mark it with a Sharpie if you wanted to. I'm just going to eyeball it for the purposes of this demonstration. But essentially what we're going to do is we are going to grab it about right there at the tip. Now your round nose pliers might be a little bit different than mine, but that's about 1.5 on mine. And so we're going to, I'm trying to hold it in a way that you guys can see it. We're going to curl it in on itself just like that. We did it. That's all.
We did it. Look how easy it was.
That's it.
What gauge is the wire?
It is 22 gauge. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to string about 1 inch of beads. So having a tape measure handy is important. You can also have the bead oracle. That's what I like to use. But one tip that I can share with you for having consistent sizes of your beads is pick a number of beads. It's German style, so it's half hard. So have a consistent number of beads and a consistent number of the size 6 seed beads that we're going to include. So for me, that's 1 size 6 seed bead per spoke. And the kit should give you enough to do 1 per spoke. If you want to not include all of the size 6s in every spoke, you could do a couple of 2 of the size 8s to kind of mimic it, but your sizes won't be exactly accurate, which might make it a little trickier later. So for me, that magic number is 12 size 8s and 1 size 11. So I like to just get a pile out.
Well, glad you can make it.
And start stringing. And I vary the location of my size 6s on each spoke. And I think that makes a really fun bead. So far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 2 more beads. Now, depending on your kit, especially the beach party kit, there are some slight size variations of these trade style seed beads. So just do your best to make sure that the length is the same and you'll be able to get it to work. So we've got 1 inch of beads there and we're ready. I'm just going to double check my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perfect. So I have 12 of the 8s, and I have one of the size 6s. So I'm going to grab my looper. Now, let's talk about this looper. So to those of you that have not used a one-step looper before, this tool might look a little tricky to get the hang of. I'm going to move this to the side because I just want to focus on these guys instead of what I'm trying to show you. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, there we go. Crispy. All right, so there's a couple things to take special note of with this looper tool. The first thing that I want to point out is this front tooth right here. The second thing is this post right here. And then the third thing is this hole back here. So what we're going to do is we are going to hold our little spoke of beads like this so that your thumb is at the bottom and so that you are holding the beads or the spoke with your fingers. So we're going to insert this into the tool, and we're going between the tooth and that spoke and then towards that hole on the other side. So I'm going to kind of give you a couple different angles so you can see what I'm doing here. Kimberly says, so we want 1 inch of beads. Yes, we want approximately 1 inch of beads. All right, so now I'm going to set my hand up so that I can actually use the tool while demonstrating. So what I like to do, because I have small hands, is I like put the tool down and I grab it like this and I pick it up and get it ready. It's kind of one of those tools where I wish my fingers were a little bit longer, or I wish the tool was a little bit smaller.
I wish it was a toddler. I wish it was a baller. I wish it was something.
So a lot of people prematurely kind of pinch the tool down a little bit when they're about to use the one-step looper. And that is definitely something you want to avoid because you won't get a proper loop. So we're going to insert that, and we are going to make sure that the bead is right at that first tooth. So my top bead is right at the first tooth. I'm trying to hold it so you guys can see that. All right, and then what we're going to do is make sure that bead is not hopping up in there. That's the trickiest part. But then what we're going to do is just ka-chunka. And the sound effects are important.
Looper, like you said.
And look at that. So I saw a comment earlier, and I have to apologize. I was not able to see who it was from. But the comment said, sometimes when I use my one-step looper, it doesn't close the loop all the way. Well, yeah. Sometimes. But what I like to do, if that...
Well, there's that.
There's that. What I like to do is just go in and pinch it shut a little bit more.
We have it. Azalea, we have it. It's right here. Hang on.
Hey, Azalea.
In the chat for everyone. And if you would like to purchase it...
Ah, I threw it.
Heck, you could even use your little discount code here today.
So this is what we've got. Now, what I want you guys to pay special attention to is that my little P-shaped loops
there you go.
Are pointing in the same direction. That's something that's going to be important for us for a little bit down the road when we're assembling our bead. It's not 100% necessary to create the loops in the right direction, because you can always twist the loop to be in the right direction. But it's easier if you just do it in the right direction from the get-go. All right, let's make a few more. So while we make a few more, I want to share with you a trick, not a trip. We're already taking a trip.
You're not breaking the neck? I don't know what that means. You breaking necks out here?
Oh, I hope not.
My spring broke on my one-step looper. Anyone have any suggestions on how to fix?
When you say the spring, do you mean this part right here, like the metal itself broke, or it just came out? Charlene, if you want to send us, a message, we can help you troubleshoot that. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to create the loop on an empty wire. So I like to straighten the wire out a little bit if it still has that little bit of a curve from the spool. So here's my zero waste kind of trick to share with you. So you might be thinking, oh, there's a lot of wire that she cut off of there. That might be a little wasteful, you know? So watch this. You don't have to put it all the way up through the hook. Makes it a little more stable and easy, but as long as it's right past that second tooth,
Can you make
check that out.
loop without beads on a wire?
Can you make? Yeah, yep, that's what we just did. Yep. So
what if the crystal is the first bead by the looper? Ask Debbie.
So if you have a crystal and is it that maybe that you're worried about it? So there's that again. See how it just popped that little bit off? Like that. So if you're worried about maybe a crystal breaking, is that your question? Just give it a little bit more space between the bead and the first tooth. And then you can always kind of adjust your loop to be a little lower.
Anne asks, so it shouldn't be straighter and then loop?
So Loy says that I need to bend it back slightly to align the loop. Well, actually, we're not going to do that for this project, but a lot of people prefer to do that for earrings. So if we look at like the kind of sheath of the tool case, you can kind of bend it either while it's while it's in the tool itself, or you can do it after the fact. But for us, we're not going to do that today just for the sake of this demonstration. So like if you look here, you can kind of keep it on there and kind of crank it back, but we're not going to do that today. So Debbie says, yes, I kept cracking my crystal when I tried to use the looper. Yeah, so that could be that like when you go to kachunka it, your crystal has popped up past the first tooth, or you're not giving this enough kind of freedom in movement when you kind of do the crunching part. You're crunching the bead instead of the tool. Can you read that comment from Sally? It went up too high.
The only problem I have with the looper is the space between the handles is almost too large for my hands. I do close it very little, just enough so that I can get my hand on both handles. The loops are still good.
Yeah, that's kind of, I'm in that same boat. I wish the tool was like just a little bit smaller, then it would be way easier for me. But I do have very tiny hands. So if you are concerned that the looper is not the tool for you, no big deal at all. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes today. It's not required. You can definitely do the loop the way that we first demonstrated with the round nose pliers. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so another thing that I want to show you guys, something that I like to do to kind of dress up the size 6 bead and make it a little bit more special looking. I like to put a metallic bead on either side, and it kind of makes it look like a jewel set in metal. All right, so now I'm going to take my looper tool back in here.
Deborah says, I bet a man designed it.
You know, I wasn't going to say it, but I'm glad somebody did. All right, so here we go. Now let's say that I made my loop and it was the wrong direction. What I could do is I could just take my tool and twist my loop.
When I loop, you loop, we loop.
We loop, you know?
We loop, baby.
Pretty loopy around here. So, kachunka.
And again, folks, I'm going to put the link here to this project, to this kit, right on in there. And again, folks, if you're just joining us, we do have a coupon code this weekend that you can use at checkout at beadplace.net to save 20%. So make sure you take advantage of that. Are these size 6 beads the same color in the kit? Asked Sally.
In the beach party kit, yes. Each of the kits has a different version of a white size 6 bead. So on the beach party version, it's an opalescent bead. So it's got that like gold yellow shimmer on the inside. On the Southwest, it is a matte kind of bone color. And then on the Forest Cottage, it is a pearl. So Sherry, I love that idea. And that is a great thing to do for making earrings, but I just want to say that's probably not going to help you out with this project much because we kind of want all those loops to be angling in a little bit rather than centered, and that's going to make it easier for us to assemble our bead a bit later on. I learned that.
Gillian says, my struggle with the one-step looper is that once I make the loop, it's hard to slide off. Any tips?
You might need to add a little bit more tool lubricant to it. So the tool comes lubricated from the manufacturer. If you look closely, you can see almost like an oil slick finish on the inside. So you can add a little bit of tool lubricant to that post and it'll be a lot easier to work with.
So Tanya, the discount code is TGBE20. And you'll put that in as you check out at beadplace.net.
Yeah.
And that goes for everybody.
Alrighty. So I'm just going to do a few more of these.
How about one of these?
Give her one of those. So Alex is going to drop the link in chat to this kit. Oh, thank you. And then also the try it kit. So if this might not be, if you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of loops for me, I'm not really up for a whole necklace out of that, but I love those colors.
The try it kit.
You can take a little day trip with us instead of the whole summer road trip. Just take a day trip and do the try it kit. So I am having a pretty good summer, you guys.
Did you link the day trip one? I just linked it. Yep. Heather, it's right there.
Sometimes comments are a little bit delayed.
A second, yeah.
Sorry about that. Marcy says, I'm doing a couple day trips. Where have you guys gone on vacations this summer? Anybody go on any trips? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got a trip coming up to the Lake of the Ozarks in a couple weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, did I count the 6? I can't believe I'm struggling to count to 12 in front of 200 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I need one more because I counted the 6 as one of my beads.
Says, I'm on my 2-week staycation. That's awesome.
Awesome.
I want to go on a month-long staycation.
That sounds fun. All right. So you guys might be seeing me struggle a little bit to get this placed. I want you to know that it is way easier to do if you don't have a camera and tripod and light in between you and your work. So don't get discouraged because you see me struggling. I promise it's pretty easy. And like I said, if that one-step looper tool is looking, if it's making you feel a little apprehensive about the project, just use your round nose pliers. That's perfectly fine. You can just
soft like
kind of bend your wire over.
Gauge craft wire are you using? And everyone is responding. 22.
Yes. So I do want to take a moment just to kind of explain the kind of wire that we're using. We are using a half hard or semi-hard temperament wire. So a lot of times in Planet Bead, when we hear craft wire, we think of a soft temperament copper core wire that's been plated either with a metal or a fun color. Softlex Company has a ton of fabulous, fabulous colors of craft wire. And it is, you know, craft wire is so incredibly versatile. The amount of projects that you can do. And this is a type of craft wire, but it is a harder temperament than what a lot of us are used to when we think of traditional craft wire. So this is what's also called German wire. So it is a copper core wire, and then it has a very thick plating of the metal on top of it, but it's a lot stiffer. And we chose this wire intentionally so that it would make very structural, stiff beads that wouldn't get bent out of place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One more. Alrighty. Another one-step looper, and then we get to assemble. Now, guys, the assembly of the beads is the hardest part. It's not really difficult at all. It's just kind of fiddly. And
Like
you'll
a
see.
fiddly fig.
Yeah, a fiddly fig. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a sec. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I've got one more. I don't know if, yeah, this one will be fine. I was going to say I left a little bit of kink in the wire. Can I have a little bit more elbow room, kind sir? Thank you.
Came in late. What brand of wire are you using?
We are using 22. I don't know if there's a specific brand to it. It's just German wire. You can get it at beadplace.net. Alex, can you search for German wire on our site? Otherwise, the kit comes with 3 yards of it, so enough to do the project plus more. We gave you a little bit of extra in case you had some mistakes. And then also there's a trick to stringing the beads
Here is
as we
wire.
go along. And then I'm not sure if there's anybody from Softlex Company watching in chat. Do you guys carry half hard wire? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's the same color. Let me give you a little variety here. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We did it. We did it. So I just have to do this loop, and then we are going to assemble. Yay.
Avengers.
Okay, so before we assemble, what I like to do, I'm going to see if I can bring it in even closer. Okay. Yeah. And guys, we would recommend or we would appreciate if you would make your purchases to do this project from us or from any of the Bead Extravaganza presenters. This is all a free weekend that we put on for you guys. And then
What?
Here, I can do it.
What you want me to do?
Can I have the
screen?
I know. There we go. So we are going to arrange these beads the way I think they would be so that they will sit nicely together. So you see how I have made sure that all of my beads are, or all of my bigger beads are not next to each other. Are you guys able to see that okay? Let us know in chat if that's something you guys can see. I can see it okay on my screen, but I want to make sure you guys can see that the size 6 seed beads are a little bit bigger than the ones. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. And guys, all the information on the gauges and the wire is in the link of the kit. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And it's like sometimes I go back and watch and I'm like, wow, what they see is a little different than what I see. So while we're in this positioning here, I also like to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes with the length of my spokes. So I make sure everything lines up nicely. Very cool. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our chain nose pliers and we are going to open our jump ring. So we hold the jump ring so that the break is at 12 o'clock. And then what we're going to do is bend the jump ring open like that. So we kind of rock it open backwards like that. Alex, were you able to find the wire and link it for him?
I did that, yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Can you link it again? I think there's still people trying to find it. Okay. So we've got this open. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go
There's the wire, folks.
Thank you. What we're going to do is we're going to go one by one and we're going to add these onto the jump ring, but we're going to make sure that we're putting them on in the same direction. So what I like to do is I like to make it so that the P is facing backwards. So not a P like that, but I like to do a P like that. And then I hook it through my jump ring. You just want to pick a direction and stick with it. That way all of your spokes line up perfectly. And then we're going to string them all on in order. That's why we like to lay it out first. That way nothing goes on and you have to take it off and redo it and line it up again. It's just easier to lay it all out first. Okay, so we've strung them all on. Now I'm going to sneak my other pliers underneath this camera and try and see what I'm doing and close it for you guys without giving you an earthquake. Okay, so we go in and we close it. And I'm going to bring it a little closer to my head so I can see it. All right, so I have closed it. Look at that. That's already a super cute pair of earrings. So if you get it to this point, so the wire is 22 gauge.
And I just dropped the link to the full kit in the comments there for you folks. So go ahead and check it out.
So wouldn't that make a cute earring to wear with your necklace? I just think that's super cute. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lay it out like this. We're going to make like a little snowflake out of it. But make sure that whatever direction you place it down, it's going to allow you to close your bead the way you want it. So like our P is facing out and backwards because I put it down this way.
What size is the
So
jump ring?
we've got a 16 gauge jump ring here, and it is I think it's a 5.5 millimeter inner diameter. And you can vary the size a little bit from this, but just know that if you go any bigger than this, you'd have to add more spokes. And you probably don't want to go any smaller than this unless you are using like teeny tiny beads, like size 11s. And even then, you're going to be kind of hard pressed to get it assembled. So I wouldn't go any smaller than this. Okay, so here's the tricky part. Are you guys ready to watch the hardest part of it all? All right, I'm going to set you up for success here. When you open this next jump ring, don't open it very far. Just open it wide enough that you can slip those little rings into it. A little bit wider.
What time? What's the timing?
So it looks like we have about 15 minutes, so we're good. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, though.
I didn't even think about it.
I know. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold this in our hand, or I'm sorry, in our pliers, and we're going to pick up the spokes and load them on in order. Now, the first 4 or 5 spokes are going to go on pretty easily. Yeah, everything is included in the kit, Debbie. And to those of you whose comments I've missed, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get this finished for you so that You can see the whole process, but Alex is going to keep an eye on comments. And then later today, we'll actually be back with M. Rylan at 4:30. So as I said, the first 4 or 5 go on pretty easily. And then you get to a point where it's a little fiddly. So it's just kind of like, let's squeeze them on. And so if you had loops centered, it would kind of be tricky to get access to them because you're kind of relying on the loops being off kilter a little bit in order to, oh, I'm not even on camera. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get this positioned in a way that I can show you. So you're kind of relying on those loops being a little off kilter so that you can manipulate the jump ring through them. So you can use your fingers, you can use your pliers, fingernails, whatever you need to get it through there. And what I'm going to do, just so I have room to get my pliers in there to show you, is I'm going to bring the camera up a little bit, and then I'll be less likely to have some earthquakes for you guys. Okay. So sometimes what I like to do is I like to grab here with my pliers or here or whichever way is most comfortable. And then I flip it up and kind of force it through. You can use 2 pliers for this or just 1. I prefer just 1. But you see how now that my camera's out of the way, it just slides on. Okay, so we're...
I missed some of the live stream. Are the jump rings included in these
Yes,
kits?
everything is included in the kits.
Is the green kit the only one with toggle clasp?
Nope, they all have a toggle clasp. We just did a variety of different finishes or finishing methods to show you in case you're wanting to tie it. Alrighty. So here is our last spoke going on. And pardon my fiddliness. I'm all hopped up on a quadruple shot of espresso in my latte. And honestly, guys, this step is a little fiddly, but once it all comes together, it's magic. Okay, we got it. Okay, so once you get it on there, don't put it down. Don't reposition your pliers. Here's the magic trick. Put your pliers on either side of the split and close it like that. So don't let them escape. So then after you've closed it like that, you can go in and adjust it the way we should, like the proper way, to close it securely. Oh, I'm not in focus. All right, there we go.
And day kit also?
Yes, toggles in all the kits. You got it. All right, so we have a cute little bead. Sometimes what I like to do after the fact is I go in and adjust any of my rings that look a little longer. Like you see how this one's kind of sitting off to the side. That's because I left a little bit more slack in that one. So what I can do to take care of that is I can just kind of grab my loop here, open it a little, and squanch it. Like I just squish it in a little bit to take care of that slack. All right, so we've got an adorable little bead. And what we're going to do is take about 3 inches of wire. You have some extra wire in your kit, so we allowed for this in both versions of the kit, actually. So we're going to take about 3 inches of wire, and we are going to, I'm sorry, 6 inches of wire.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
That's what happens when you do it live.
I know. Okay, so we're going to take 6 inches of wire. And, oh, thank you. So one bead doesn't take too long. 8 beads, that's another story. Okay, so we've taken our 6 inches of wire and we've created a needle. How cool is that? So we're going to take our recycled water bottle polyester cord, and we are going to double it because it's so special. We want more of it through our necklace. So we're going to have 2 strands of it running through our necklace. We're not going to cut it into 2 strands yet. I'm going to bring you up a little bit more so you can see more of my work surface here. So I'm doubling it by putting the two ends together, and I'm going to find the center of my cord here. Now this is a little bit stretchy, so take some time to make sure that it's centered. So we're going to string that little needle that we've created right through the center of our cord. And we're going to use that to string our little bead. So make sure that the ends of your wire are coming through the jump ring and they haven't split the bead at all. And then we're just going to slide it on. Look how cute that is.
Sensational.
I love it. So what I like to do is I like to make all my beads first and string them all on. And then I find the middle and tie a knot. So the knot is just an overhand knot like this. And I just cinch that right up next to the bead. And same thing on the other side. And look how cute that is. So keep in mind, guys, the cord's a little stretchy, so you might have to be intentional with the tension of your knots and the placement of your beads. But isn't that darling? Oh, it's so happy. I just love this colorway. Okay, so I'm going to bring you back down and we're going to talk about the finishing methods. So my favorite way to clasp it for the deluxe kit is to just...
Everybody is saying so cute.
Yay! I like to just tie a bow and wear it as a short necklace. So I like to start with a knot in the center. I think that that looks great. If you want to center a bead, that's fine. And then you've got an extra bead for a bracelet or another project. Or to string on some silver silk and give yourself a dressier necklace.
Kit in chat. Now I'm dropping the
Try It Day Trip.
Try It Day Trip kit as well. Again, folks, make sure if you want to grab these, get them before they sell out. Also, utilize that code. It's TGBE20 at checkout whenever you are checking out of anything other than...
Thank you.
What? Is there any exclusions?
Subscriptions and classes.
Subscriptions and classes are excluded. But other than that, you can get the one-step looper.
You're going to see my mess here for a second. But I just want to show you, you can create a really long necklace with this. So this can hang low and be a below-the-bust necklace. You can tie this, like these ends, to a toggle. And I'll show you that here. Okay, buckle your seatbelts, everybody, for this road trip.
Rev your engine.
I hope I'm not making everybody sick with moving the camera around so much.
If you use silver silk, how do you space out?
Oh, I'll show you in just a sec. Okay, so you can see here that I've used the toggle on this one. So let's say I wanted to add a toggle to my beach party kit. What we're going to do is we're just going to use the leftover jump rings for our kit, and we're going to attach the toggle. So allow me a moment to find my pliers. Oh, okay. So we're just going to open and close our jump ring in the proper way. This way, never this way. So we're going to open that, hook it into this beautiful artisan toggle that comes with all of the deluxe kits. The Try It kits do not come with a toggle. The deluxe kits do come with a toggle. So we're going to attach a jump ring just like that. And let's say I added a bunch more beads onto this and I was ready to tie it off. What I would do is I would just take my needle here, my DIY needle, and I'm just going to string it through my jump ring.
You could just string silver silk through?
Yeah. And I'm just going to tie it like that. And because this recycled water bottle polyester is so stretchy, you don't even have to.
Stephanie says it wouldn't take the code when I checked out for the kit. Is it not valid on the kit?
It is valid on the kit. Make sure it's all caps, and then make sure that you use the code at the checkout page. So make sure it's put in the discount code section. And then if it still doesn't work, feel free to send us a message either through the website or through our Facebook page, and our staff can help you with that. Okay, so you don't even need a knot because this polyester cord is so stretchy. It holds on its own. Separately? Hold on just a sec. Not at this time, but we do in store. So what we can do then is we can either trim this. I like to leave a little bit of a tail just to make it casual and fun. And then as for the questions about the silver silk, it is a perfect fit on the capture chain. And so it just slides on and kind of stays. So I did not tie a knot in the silver silk ones, but let's try it and see what it looks like. I don't know that I would want to tie this knot any tighter. I'm sure that the other silver silk cords that don't have the ball chain on the inside would work a little better for knotting. But for this one, let's just leave it a dressy necklace. Yeah, you could definitely do multiple beads on the silver silk. I think that would be really fun. Awesome. Well, let's do a little bit of recap of our kits and the colors that are available. And then after us, you have a little bit of a break, and you'll see Heather Powers coming up. Nile, do you have ideas for how they can space apart the beads if they put the beads on capture chain? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but... Oh, Sally says, do you have a giveaway? Thank you for reminding us. We do have a giveaway. So in order to find out who wins the giveaway, we're actually going to do the drawing next Wednesday on our 7 p.m. Central live stream. So in order to enter the giveaway, please now type #giveaway, and then we will run the drawing next Wednesday at 7 p.m. During our 7 p.m. stream. And you must be present to win. So #giveaway. And you will be winning a $50 value prize pack. All right, so if you're just joining us, what we just did is our road trip, our summer road trip necklace kit. So we created one bead from our deluxe kit. The deluxe kit comes with everything you need to make an 8-bead necklace. Plus, it comes with a toggle, so you can choose to have a clasp on it, or you can do the tie-on method like this, which is my personal favorite. And I love leaving the tails long. I just think it's so summery, and I really do want to wear it at a beach party. So speaking of beach parties, this is the beach party colorway. That's what we demonstrated. This is our Southwest Summer colorway, and this one has some beautiful Hubei high-end turquoise beads actually in the kit itself. It is so pretty. And then this one, which has been the most popular seller, this is our Forest Cottage colorway. And we picked a special clasp for this kit. All of the deluxe kits come with a clasp, but this particular one has a clasp that looks kind of like a tree branch. And I just thought that was perfect with it. So we tried very hard to capture different kind of vacation vibes for these. And then I do want to mention, if you are not sure if this kind of project is for you, and you're not sure how you'll do with the loops, the best way to get started with that is by going on a little day trip with us and trying the Try It kit, which Alex is going to link in chat right now. So this is a 1 bead kit, and it comes with 2 yards of the water bottle polyester t-shirt yarn.
All right.
And it ties on. It does not come with a clasp, but it ties on. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. This has been super fun, as always. I don't know, I personally live for TGBE. Like, these events are...
I want to go that far.
I know a lot of you in chat. The community that we've built here is awesome, and we owe it all to you guys. So thank you so much for your support. Make sure to enter the big grand prize giveaway. You can find the link to the TGBE giveaway pinned in the group. And make sure you're only using the official giveaway link. Make sure you see that image that we shared in the preview party when you're signing up. And then make sure to type hashtag giveaway in our comments right here live. Hashtag. And then we'll choose our winner during our Wednesday night stream. And that's at 7 p.m. Central. We will see you later today at 4:30 p.m. Central with M. Ryland. She's our special guest presenter, and she's going to be showing you guys how to create an awesome crochet.
AKA Abby Newman.
Yeah, Abby Newman. Which one was that from?
What?
What show was that?
The Young and the Restless.
Yeah. So M has been all over all the most popular soap operas and on Bring It On. And
it's already been brought in.
Lots of episodes of other things. And so we're really happy that she is our guest presenter for this event. She's a ton of fun, super bubbly. We love her, and we know you guys will too. So she will be showing how to create a crocheted shrug, and she'll be debuting her new pattern today at 4:30. And we get to be the lucky special hosts for her. And then right after us, use bathroom, get a snack, stay hydrated.
Get
and
food.
Then, yeah.
That's what I'm about to do.
And then Heather Powers will be on next. Thank you guys so much. This has been fantastic. Everybody. Our sale, TGBE 20, is going to be lasting through Wednesday.
And I'm going to drop the link for the deluxe kit and
the Try It kit. One more time.
One more time for you folks.
And then before we go, if you haven't yet, will you please like this video if you're watching on Facebook? No, YouTube. Heart the video if you're watching on Facebook and share it with all of your friends. We would very much appreciate it. And stay tuned for Heather. She'll be on next.
And again, shameless. One more shameless plug.
All the
things. If you want the shirt, you can get the shirt pre-ordered right now. 20% off. Use that code. I'm going to drop that link in chat. Since
Becca just put that live again, we have to change the pre-order dates. They'll ship in about a month because we have them custom print from a good friend of mine. So
yeah, you're supporting 2 local businesses when you purchase the shirt. So yeah. Good things. Thank you everybody again so much. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun things. Who's next?
Heather Powers. Heather Powers. And I just want to say thank you to everybody else behind the scenes who helps run this. This is just such a cool group of volunteers. Okay, I'm done.
Heck yeah. Appreciate you. Bye, guys. Adios.